folks, welcome to the channel. I'm Dom, this is Rockin' the Country. I'm kind of smiling here. Dan Sigurdson made a gift to the channel for me to do this song. So Dan, shout out to you. And it's Johnny Cash's Mean as Hell. I don't think I know this song, but Dan is dedicating this to Allan Bensmiller. And Allan is Cruz Bensmiller's father. And apparently the Chuck, and I didn't even know this existed, and Dan's up in Canada, but Allan was big on the chuck wagon circuit. So Dan, you can even leave comments to that, and some other folks will probably know what that is. Terry Wood might know, and other folks. Anyway, I'm just going to get into this. Johnny Cash is Mean as Hell. This is dedicated from Dan to Allan Bensmiller. So here we go.
The devil in hell, we're told, was chained. 1,000 years he there remained. He neither complained nor did he groan, but was determined to start a hell of his own, where he could torment the souls of men without being chained in a prison pen.
Damn.
So he asked the Lord if he had on hand anything left when he made this land. The Lord said, yes, there's plenty on hand, but I left it down by the Rio Grande. The fact is, old boy, the stuff is so poor, I don't think you could use it as a hell anymore. But the devil went down to look at the truck and said if he took it as a gift, he was stuck. For after looking it over carefully and well, he said, this place is too dry for a hell. But in order to get it off his hand, the Lord promised the devil to water the land. So trade was closed and deed was given, and the Lord went back to his home in heaven. And the devil said, now I've got all that's needed to make a good hell, and he succeeded. He began by putting thorns all over the trees. He mixed up the sand with millions of fleas. He scattered tarantulas along the road, put thorns on cactus and horns on toads, lengthened the horns of the Texas steer, put an addition to the rabbit's ear, put a little devil in the bronco steed, and poisoned the feet of the centipede. The rattlesnake bites you, the scorpion stings, the mosquito delights you with his buzzing wings.
Damn, I got no idea where he's going with this. Yeah, well, and Johnny's got a theological background, let's put it that way, an evangelical background a little earlier in life. So, you know, Johnny might have written this thing. I didn't research it, but let's see where he goes.
The sandbirds are there and so are the ants, and if you sit down, you'll need half soles on your pants. The wild boar roams on the black chaparral. It's a hell of a place that he has for a hell. The heat in the summer is 110, too hot for the devil, too hot for men. The red pepper grows upon the banks of the brook. The Mexicans use it in all that they cook. Just dine with one of them, and you're bound to shout, I've hell on the inside as well as the out. My hands are calloused July to July. I use a Big Dipper to navigate by, fight off the wolves to drink from my well, so I have to be mean as hell. A sheep herder came and put up a fence. I saw him one day, but I ain't seen him since. But if you're needing mutton, we got mutton to sell. We're cow punchers and we're mean as hell. Neither me nor my pony's got a pedigree, but he takes me where I'm wanting to be. I'll ride him to death, and when he is fell, I'll get me another one, mean as hell. I shot me a calf and I cut off her head, 'cause the boys in the bunkhouse are wanting to be fed. They rise and shine with the 5:30 bell, and the best one of any of them is mean as hell.
Dano. How do you... I mean, I understand the concept of the song, no problem there, because I have a theological background too, and different ways of looking at things with my philosophy background as well. But this, what an idea for a song. But I guess, yeah, I mean, when you look at certain places on earth, they're just rough places. They're nasty. I mean, Mother Teresa even, if you read about her life or have learned about her life when she was in Calcutta, India, I mean, she had struggles with her own faith. And it was because of how she said, if there's a worse place people were literally dying in the streets. They had no family, nobody. They'd gotten sick, their bones had calcified, and they were dying literally in the streets. And the sickness and the disease, and her heart was just to reach out to them so that they didn't die alone. That was it. Her whole modus operandi, her whole drive was that everybody should be told that they're loved at some point in their life, and they shouldn't die alone. And so she, a Catholic, went to a Muslim place, got permission against opposition, that she just wanted people not to be alone in their last things. But she said in her autobiography or one of her works that if there is a worse place on there, or something to the effect that if hell is worse, and I can't imagine a place being worse than this. And it actually challenged her faith in God and such, because how could this happen to people? And Johnny basically is just talking about these other developments on animals and creatures, and he said tarantulas and ants and all these other things that'll mess you up if you're in that neck of the woods. The temperature 110, his hands are calloused July to July. I mean, what a way of wording it. Yeah, I mean, I wonder if Johnny did other songs like this where he depicted other areas, geographical spots that have unique hardships. Maybe the Grand Canyon or something, I don't know, maybe the mountains of somewhere or the bayou. I'm not sure, but yeah, I can't even rate that. I mean, that was just poetry with a little bit of guitar. Yeah, I'm going to leave it. That's dedicated to Allan Bensmiller. Dano, I don't know why. You know why. You'll probably say a little bit and then add a hakad and we'll be out. And that's it. So, guys, you can thank Dan Sigurdson for this gift and request, because only he would request this, I think. There you go. All right, folks. Have a great day. See you on another video. Keep rocking the country and Western.